But the best part that you guys really want to see is a picture of my parents, and you want to see what my parents look like and how is it that they could have created an Asian looking baby. Hey guys, as you can tell from the title of this video is about me. A lot of people keep asking me, what am I? What are you? Are you Black Asian? Are you Filipino? What are your parents? What does your parents look like? So a lot of people are always asking me. Some people, they don't believe that I am Black and Puerto Rican. Some people are just like, you know, there's no way, you have to have Asian in your family. So I figured I'd make a separate video, a complete video about my parents. My mom is Black, my dad is Puerto Rican. He's from Puerto Rico. He moved out here for a better life, not just for himself, but for his family. My parents met randomly while my mom was walking down the street, and my dad was just like, hey, I want you. My parents were 30 years apart. My dad passed away when I was 5. He had a heart attack. I do have 3 siblings. I have a younger sister, and me and her have the same parents. We look similar, but we don't really look alike. She's darker. She has a darker complexion than I do. She's skinnier than I am. Most people, even the kids, they'll say that you and, you know, Aunt Mariana have the same smile, and I think that's the only thing we really have similar characteristics about each other. I have an older brother. His name is Taj. You guys will start seeing his music on my channel. He does create beats, so go check him out. The information will be down in the description box for him if you guys want to get beats and make music or something like that. He has a different father, and then I have an older brother. He has a different mom than me, and all of us, we are all Black and Puerto Rican. We just all have different complexions and different facial features, and for the most part none of us really look alike. I think me and my one brother Taj, we look more similar alike than me and my sister. A lot of people in the family say that my son Justice familiars my brother Taj when he was a kid. I won't show a picture of my siblings unless they, I mean, I'm gonna ask them permission, but otherwise I'm putting this in as a disclaimer that I probably won't show my siblings unless I get their permission. That I don't have a lot of pictures of my dad. My sister, I think my sister has all the pictures of us when we were kids and pictures of my parents when we were younger. My mom is Black, straight Black. Like, she's about the same complexion or a little bit darker than Leon. And my father is Puerto Rican. He is from Puerto Rico. He is from Guamo, Puerto Rico. And they, from what I remember going to Puerto Rico, my grandmother had a big ass house with a farm. She had chickens, she had pigs. I had a horrible experience, like memory of my uncle cutting open a pig. That traumatized me about pigs. Until I got older. Now they don't bother me, but when I was a child that kind of scared me. I remember going to like this, I don't know if it was like lake or a creek or a river or something, but I do remember going to Puerto Rico as a child and seeing family and eating fig Newtons. That was just something that was big when I was a kid. I didn't grow up seeing my dad's side of the family. It was not like it wasn't possible or anything. It was just, you know, the way my childhood happened. It's just that it never was able to happen. I want to say about a couple of years ago, I was able to see, like, you know, reconnect with my dad's side of the family. I was able to see my cousin, and actually my cousin lives out here in the city, and we are actually trying to make plans to meet up and for me to see my aunt and my uncle, and which is my dad's brother, and his wife, and they are my godparents. To see my godmom a couple years ago, and it was kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was very emotional and very overwhelming, because it just like brought back so many memories of my father. I don't know why I'm getting emotional now thinking about it. But yeah, I just never grew up with my parents. I mean, on my dad's side of the family, I remember them and I remember every single one of them. It's not like, you know, I didn't want to have a relationship with them. It's just how things happened in my childhood. And, you know, I don't think it was anything negative of why I never seen them or why I never was in contact with them. I think it just happened because my mom wasn't around to keep that bond there. I was raised by my mom's sister, so for me, I identify as black, but you know, I am Puerto Rican. And it's funny because, you know, when I met Leon, he thought I was Asian. And once he got to know me and everything, he's like, you're not Puerto Rican, you're not black, you're Asian. If I had a choice for me, and I've mentioned this before on my channel, if I had a choice between soul food and Puerto Rican food, I would pick Chinese, Japanese, Korean food, Filipino food. And I don't know what it is. I just have a fascination with the food. I love the flavor. I love the taste. Now, don't get me wrong. I have to have my sofrito. I have to have sazon, adobo. I have to have it. Like, those are a staple in my kitchen to cook. It's just hands down. Same thing with soul food. I have to have Lowry's seasoned salt. It's just what I grew up around. My city is more diverse with Hispanic people, so it's not like the culture is not in my life. It's not like I didn't grow up around it or I wasn't aware of what my culture was. And then to grow up in an African American household, a black home with black people, I was the values and the morals that was instilled in me was basically how a typical black family lives. I got beatings, and you know, it was always about respecting your elders and all that stuff. A lot of people assume that I am Asian. I get it, you know what I mean? I do understand, you know, I have some of the facial features, but I always just, I guess maybe because of me, I see every day people that look like me or people that have similar facial features. Maybe that's why I don't understand why people assume that I'm Asian, because I see it every single day in the city. I see people that have the same eyes. I see the same people with the same cheekbones. I mean, they don't have the round face like I do, but I get that from my mom. My mom has a round face. And then my father, if you'll see the picture at the end, I'll show a picture of my parents at the end of the video. But I have my dad's eyes, and from what I can remember from my father, maybe he does have like a round face kind of. My father is very light skinned. If you see my girls, they're light skinned as well. That's pretty much my father. He has light skin, dark hair. You could have mistaken him maybe for white or Italian or something like that. But I mean, I get it. I understand why people would assume I'm Asian or Filipino or something, but I'm not. I identify as black because that's what I was raised around. I was brought up in that environment, in that culture. So that's why I identify as black. It was difficult growing up being biracial. It was hard growing up as biracial. You know, having two identities to try and correlate into my life. You know, I didn't really fit in with the black kids. I didn't really fit in with the Puerto Rican kids because I didn't really speak Spanish. I understand it now, and I can speak a little bit of Spanish. I mean, a lot of people tell me that I can speak Spanish with no problem. To me, I just feel like I can't say it or speak it because I struggle with pronouncing words, and I think it has something to do with that I didn't really talk a whole lot when I was a kid. And when I did talk, I talked a lot. It was a little difficult for me to be able to connect with not just my family, but also with myself. You know, it was hard trying to identify who I was as a person, because I didn't look like my mom's side of the family. And then even knowing my dad's side of the family, I still didn't feel like I could connect with them because I didn't really look like them. You know, majority of my cousins are full Puerto Rican, and then on my dad's side, and then, you know, on my mom's side, my cousins are all full black. So, and then if you think about it, my sister, she has a darker complexion than I am, and she looks more black. And then if you think about it, she looks more Dominican or Puerto Rican or Hispanic, whatever, however you want to look at it. So, and then same thing with my brothers. They look more black. My one brother looks more Hispanic, and my one brother looks more black. So when it comes to me, it's like, what the hell? Like, I'm the oddball in the whole family. So yeah, it was just weird growing up. I look like anybody in my family. I don't look like anybody on either side of my family. So it was really difficult growing up to have somebody to look up to and to identify as somebody being beautiful. It took me a while to build up that self-esteem and to grow into loving who I am as a person and to love me for me. And I can only imagine how my girls would feel, because, and my boys, you know, because, you know, my girls, my oldest daughter, her dad's fully Puerto Rican, and then the rest of my kids, their dad is black. So, and then to have a mixed mother, it's like, how do they really identify themselves? And then the girls are always told that they are white at school. The kids at school tell them that they're white, that they're not black or Puerto Rican. So I can only imagine how they feel, because I felt like I can identify with them on, you know, not being, you know, connected with either side of their race. They identify, my kids identify as black, even though they don't look black. But the best part that you guys really want to see is a picture of my parents, and you want to see what my parents look like and how is it that they could have created an Asian looking baby. This is my mother. Isn't she so gorgeous? She's so beautiful. All I've been waiting for. This is what my father looks like. This is who he is. His name is actually Victor Bonilla. I know a lot of people are like, what? So yes, my maiden name is Bonilla, and then when I got adopted, my aunt gave me her last name at the time, and she wasn't married, and her last name was Sneed, so my last name was Bonilla hyphenated Sneed. So, and then when I got married, obviously I didn't add on to the last name because then it would have been too long. So that's when I became Scunion. And yes, people are gonna be like, what the hell is that? This video was helpful in helping you understand my history and my heritage and my ethnicity. I'm black and I'm Puerto Rican. Like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!